OSnodaigh.
Briefly, kind of the priority orders, and that we had a discussion last year when we were discussing double insolvencies and kind of the change to how DB schemes should be looked at. We didn't have a long enough debate on it in terms of the report at the time. I think it was the Mercer report, kind of which outlined the various different strategies around how to create a priority order. The Mercer report, which the Minister had, kind of was made available, I think, a week, if not 2 weeks, maybe at the most, before kind of we started discussion into something as detailed as this, because even though there are different parameters here, kind of the guideline of the priority order, that's what most look to, kind of the existing one. It's indicative of what way, in this case, the IASS should go. That doesn't make it right, and kind of if kind of we had all of the information that we now have by IASS, the same as kind of if we had all of the information in relation to Waterford Glass or Waterford Wedgwood, kind of maybe we would have come up with a different priority order, or at the very least we might have argued from this side of the House kind of for a substantially different priority order. I did. I submitted amendments which kind of technically kind of would have been grouped with these amendments if they'd been allowed, but because of the restrictions on opposition deputies, or maybe all deputies other than ministers, from putting amendments which are a charge on the Exchequer or a charge on the people, the two separate ones, because of a bizarre constitutional block, which was highlighted at the Constitutional Convention by myself and others, means that my amendments kind of that I've tabled on this whole section are ruled out of order, which makes it a bit more difficult to argue out kind of positive, because in all of this discussion, I don't think there's any body on this side of the House or on the government side who kind of are not trying to be positive in relation to kind of the pension outcome, whether it's IASS or Waterford Wedgwood, which we discussed before, or the other number of DB schemes that are now being changed to defined contribution schemes. I have sympathies for kind of the amendments before us, because each and every one of them is trying to give a different approach than what the current approach is. For a moment.